and welcome back to my wine diary. On this channel, I do educational and fun videos about wine, tastings, and reviews, so if you're into wine just as much as I am, please consider subscribing. From the title of this video, you already know that today we're talking about canned wines, wines that come in a can. Today's video is in collaboration with Just Enough Wines, who were kind enough to send me some of their products to try and review here on camera with you. I will tell you a little bit more about Just Enough Wines later in the video, as well as how and where to get them. Now, before we jump into today's video, please make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. The subscribe button is right down below, together with that notification bell and the like button by the end of this video if you indeed liked it. My Instagram page will be linked down below as well. I am so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and once I do, I will do a giveaway on my Insta page, so the handle is down below. Please make sure to follow. Now, let's talk about canned wines. I will be very honest with you. Just a couple of years ago, I was super skeptical about canned wines. I believed in all of the myths around it. I thought it was just a low quality bulk juice. I thought that people who knew at least a little bit about wine shouldn't be drinking it. And honestly, I thought that the romance of opening a bottle of wine was just absolutely ruined by canned wines, but I was wrong. And frankly, in just a matter of a couple of years, the demand for that small format of canned wine, as well as the convenience and the environmentally friendly packaging that canned wine holds behind it, is really what helped it grew its popularity, not only in the Asian markets where it all started, but then in the US, in Canada, in the UK, and now we see it all over the place. And of course, when it comes to canned wines, just like with any new trend in the industry, there will be supporters and there will be contrarians. But yes, it is true that canned wines can be a hit or miss, but so can be bottled wines. So I think that it's smart to say and wise to do to try a few brands before determining whether you absolutely hate or absolutely love canned wines. But thankfully, there's enough options on the market right now for you to try different types and different brands of canned wines to make that decision. Not all canned wines are mass-produced bulk juice, that's for sure. Some canned wines come from the smaller producers that put a lot of thought and effort into making those wines. And this is a perfect segue for me to start mentioning the Just Enough wines. So I will show you the package that they sent to me to show you how this package would come to your house if you went on their website, justenoughwines.com, and ordered some for yourself as well. So the package looks something like this. I will not show you the front just because it has my address, but it's got Just Enough brand name here. And then you open it up and here are your cans. So they are this slimmer, nicer type. And I actually really like the feel of them because they're rather matte in touch. So very good quality already right there. But it does come with a few flyers that I wanted to show you first. So here they talk about the wines that you have in here. My particular package, for instance, had the bubbles. So I had Brut 2019 California Brut. I had Rosé, so Just Enough Rosé 2019 Central Coast California, and then I also have Pinot Noir 2019 Etna Valley in Central Coast of California as well. So on these flyers, they actually give you all of the notes and all the stats of the wines that you've gotten. But my package had 6 wines in them. And the top here says, every box of raisins is a tragic tale of grapes that could have been just enough wine. So take a look at this. I will get a little bit closer. Let's see if my camera focuses, but very nicely packaged. I had a few cans that got slightly damaged, but nothing major, just like a little dent right there. Nothing too big at all. So frankly, this package right here also came with bubble wrap of some sort. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was well protected, so the wine is safe. Now, like I said, here are the cards that came with wine as well. I wanted for you guys to see them. So you can see how here it's got all of the stats, all of the tasting notes for the wines that you ordered. So I have Rosé, I have my Brut, and Pinot Noir. In addition to these wines being made with minimal interference, they're also non-GMO, they're vegan friendly, they have no gluten in them, and they have no added sugars either. I'm going to move these cans just a little bit closer for you to see the quality of them. So these These are the 3 types that I got. Let's see if my camera focuses. There you go, that's a little bit better. So each varietal has a specific vintage, which indicates the year the grapes were harvested. And the goal is to create wines with less fuss so that you don't have to worry about aging the wine and you can just go ahead and enjoy it right there, right then. So I frankly really like this concept. This is perfect for people who are just not sure about wine. Maybe the ones who just don't want to go into a store and spend 30 minutes talking to a store associate trying to pick the wine for themselves, and they need the convenience of a can, maybe going to the beach, playing sports, going on a picnic, whatever you call it. It takes much less space than a bottle would. Even if you stack 2 bottles together or 2 cans together here, this is way less space than a bottle of wine and definitely less weight to it as well. So for me, for instance, like 2 cans would be perfect to take to the beach with me. Let's go ahead and try them out. I do have to say, I'm a little bit confused about this tasting and review because I think I will be trying them both in a glass and in a can as well. They're meant to be consumed from the can, but I still want to pour them in a glass just to see if aromas open up a little bit more by me doing that. So let's put our rosé and Pinot Noir away just for now. We will start with our bubbles first. So like I said, this is 2019 California Brut. Let's open it up. As promised, I will do both the glass or the flute that I have here and then the can as well. Let's just hope that I didn't shake it too much. This could be a fiasco. Whoops. I think I'm safe. All right, so I'm going to pour some in the flute. Very nice, very nice. Pretty clear in the color so far. I'm going to just let it sit here for a while. Let's take a sip out of the can. Now, I have tried many canned wines before, but I have never tried bubbles out of a can, so I've never had any sparkling wine out of the can. This is interesting. Here we go. This is delicious. Okay. Very dry and very acidic. I really, really like it. Very floral forward, and I taste a lot of lime in it as well. Very hard to smell anything in the can, that I will tell you. But we will do the nose right here in the flute, but for now, let's take another sip. It tastes pretty good. It's very dry for sure. Acidity is through the roof. I really like it. It makes my mouth water a lot. On the oaky side, definitely unoaked. Complete beginning of the dial there, so not oaky whatsoever. And I'm tasting a lot of lime in this one. Floral and lime, although I can't smell much here, but that's what comes through on my taste. So now that I've moved on to the flute here to see how this sparkling wine tastes out of the flute, I want to bring it a little bit closer to the camera just for you to see how the bubbles are generated. And what's really peculiar to me about this is that, I don't know if you can tell, the bubbles actually come from the center here, which could be one of the indicators of a traditional method that was used to make this sparkling wine. And for me, this actually means a lot, or to me it means a lot, because I prefer cavas and champagnes to say proseccos, just because of that traditional method that they're made with. And that means that the second fermentation was done in the bottle after the wine was already bottled, instead of injecting it with bubbles. So I truly enjoy this. Let's give it a nose here. Let's smell it and see if anything else comes through except for what I already tasted, tasting it out of the can. Definitely smells very floral and very subtle. Nothing oaky about this. It's very light-bodied, both on the taste and just from the color and the smell that I'm gathering here. So let's give it a taste. I like it. I still, even out of the flute here, taste a lot of lime coming through. So a lot of lime, a lot of floral. It is not earthy. It's definitely floral forward and light-bodied, 12% ABV. That's pretty normal. So lime, florals, maybe a little bit of like nectarine or something. good wine. It's very refreshing and definitely a great drink to take with you to a picnic, to take with you to a beach or poolside. So check this one out. Moving on to the second wine here is our Just Enough Rosé. This is 2019 from Central California. So let's go ahead and crack it open. I have a glass here. Ooh, that kind of went everywhere. All right, let's pour it in. Always curious to see the color of rosés coming from a can. They're kind of a wild card. This is good. And this is fizzy. There's some fizz to this. So I'm going to leave this here and I'll swirl it for you in just a second. Actually, pour a little bit more. And I will just try it out of the can here. So here we have 12.8% ABV, so it's probably another light-bodied wine. Let's give it a taste. Another very good tasting wine. This rosé is very light-bodied. Acidity, I would say, is medium to high, probably closer to the medium. And it's unoaked again, just like our bubbly was. I would say it's very floral for sure. I taste some berries in this one, but very subtle berries. So maybe something like a gooseberry, a little bit of raspberry, not too much of it though. So let's go ahead and move to the glass just to open it up a little bit more and see what we can smell and taste there. I definitely like the color of this rosé and I like swirling wines in front of the camera for you. So check this out. It's a very pleasant color, a little peachy on the color. Really like this. It's beautiful. So let's give it a smell. Now that it's in the glass, the smell really comes through. You know, the one thing that I've noticed with the bubbles so far is that the taste was pretty similar in the can and out of the can, but the smell is really what opens up once you put it in a glassware. So here, a lot of floral. It's like a floral bouquet that comes through on the nose. And it smells very mineral too, so I'm sure that I will taste some of the minerality in this wine as well. Very, very floral forward, so nothing earthy, nothing oaky about this one. Let's give it a taste. You know the one thing, the one fruit or berry, whatever category it actually falls under, I taste a lot of melon in this one. This one tastes very melony, which makes it a perfect beach or poolside drink or a boat drink. You know, I feel like everything in life has a time and place and has a right to be. And canned wine, I believe, definitely has a time and place to be in certain occasions. So maybe it's a boat ride where you don't want to bring any glass or not allowed to bring glass with you, right? Maybe it's some golfing outing, some beach day, pool day, whatever activities you've got where you just don't feel like bringing a bottle of wine with you. This is absolutely perfectly fine. And the one analogy that really kind of peeks through in my head to share with you is that the way I look at canned wines is kind of like dressing up or down with your clothes. You know, it's not every day that you'll wear an evening gown or a tuxedo. Same with canned wines. You know, there's a time and place for canned wines, just like there's time and place for yoga pants, you know? But this is a really good tasting wine. I absolutely love being pleasantly surprised by companies, and so far most of my collaborations were nothing but pleasant surprises, and Just Enough Wines was another one of those, and I still have one to try. But last thing that I'm going to mention here is that right on the can, it actually says that 1 can of Just Enough Wines, if this is focusing, this is not going to focus for me, but trust me when I tell you there's a picture of the can, which is 250 milliliters, which tells you that this is 1.5 glasses of wine. So it's not even 1 glass, it's 1.5. Last but not least, we have one more wine to try, and this is the 2019 Edna Valley Central Coast California Pinot Noir. Let's go ahead and open this up. I'm always specifically interested in red wines since those are my favorites for the most part. So very curious about this one too. So let's go ahead and pour it in. Good color. I'm going to swirl in just a moment here, but let's go ahead, oops, and try and smell it out of the can first. Here, even with the can, I already smell a lot, so I can't wait to actually smell it after swirling it in the glass. But here I have some vanilla coming through very strongly, even from the can already. So let's go ahead and give it a sip, and then we'll go on to the glass to really see how it opened up in there. Here we go. Yum, yum, yum. Very refreshing. It's definitely on the drier side, very acidic, makes my mouth water again. And it's again very floral. The trio that I got is very floral forward. It is not earthy, it's not oaky. I would say that with this one, oak comes through on the medium spectrum, so it's not unoaky like the other two were. A little bit more of an oak here, and that's where I got that vanilla taste and smell, I think, so I'm definitely tasting that. But let's give it one more taste. I like it. It tastes just like a typical Pinot Noir should taste. I taste some cherries, I taste some raspberries in it, so a little bit on a lighter spectrum of red colors when it comes to berries and fruits here, some red apples, and definitely that vanilla, so it's a little bit more on the oaky side. Now, let's move on to the glass. As always, I like to swirl it for you. This one's got a beautiful ruby color, and this one is a 14.4 ABV content, so it's going to be a fuller body wine, just like you would expect a Pinot Noir to be from, say, a rosé or a bubbly. And let's go ahead and smell it. I love, love, love how wine opens up after you either decant it or swirl it in a glass, and this one is no exception. It definitely opened up. I smelled my vanilla a little bit more here. I definitely smell the floral notes here a little bit more, the cherries, so let's give it a taste here as well. It's delicious. It's acidic, it's beautiful, it's very sessionable. What I call sessionable usually is something that you can drink without being overwhelmed for a while, for a long while. So really, really like this one as well. I would definitely give it 5 stars so far. Worth the money and worth the wait as far as delivery goes. I know that on their website, if you order more than 3 6-packs, I believe, the delivery is free. So I'm going to leave their website down below for you to check everything out. They have other wine types as well. This is just the one that I selected with the Pinot Noir, rosé, and sparkling wine, but there are some other ones available as well. But I am very pleasantly surprised, and frankly, I don't care if it's a beach day, if it's a pool day, a camp day, a golf day, or a couch day. I think that I could definitely use some of this wine. And yes, you can say that the romance of opening the cork and popping the cork from the bottle is gone with canned wines. I also feel like there is a good time and place for this canned wine to be. So very grateful for Just Enough Wines to reach out to me and let me try their product. And like I said, I will leave all of the description of their website and their Insta handle down below as well. So thank you guys for sticking to the end of this video, and I hope that you liked it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm so very happy that Just Enough Wines reached out to me and sent me some of their products to try and review. Please make sure to check their website, justenoughwines.com. You can also find a store where you can actually go in and buy these wines on a location instead of ordering a delivery if you want to. Super easy on their website. There is a how to find us, I believe, or find us section where you just input your zip code and it shows you all the locations near you that sell it. So check it out, give it a go, and tell me in the comments down below if you've tried Just Enough Wines or any other canned wines and what you thought of it. Very curious. Again, I make videos every 2 weeks, so please make sure to subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And cheers, everyone, until the next time I see you.